If you wanna stay with me, if you wanna try, maybe you could be with me, but only for the night. And I'll let the wind blow through, baby. Leave my key outside the door. We don't need to tell nobody, but I think I'm ready to be
Welcome in, everybody, to the INSF presented by iCast Racing Network. Today, we are here for the Bluegrass 200 at Kentucky Speedway. Currently, we are sitting in qualifying, as we're going to try to check in on a couple of these drivers, see how they're sitting so far. Looks like the 23 of Joshua is going to be taking our pole currently, as we still do have a couple of people on the track. Let's try to find one here. And joining me up in the booth, we have Rhea Ferris, by the way, the owner of the league.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here, help call in the action from Sparta, Kentucky, as we'll have 134 laps around this mile-and-a-half tri-oval, if you will, here about halfway between Cincinnati and Louisville off of 71 here. And we have a couple of hometown heroes. Unfortunately, one of them isn't going to be able to join us tonight. That is Eric Jorgensen out of Louisville. And then the other one is Shane Griffin. He is actually in qualifying right now, driving the car number 84. He's out of Cincinnati. So it is, I'm excited to be here with you, Dakota, and hopefully this will be a good show for everybody. Looks like we do have about 38 starters tonight. And the weather is on the cool side. It is, heading into winter soon. Just being this far south, there's no snow flying just yet. But we do have some cooler temperatures that should bring the track to a much cooler spot as well. And we're going to be losing sunlight. This track does have lights, so that track temperature is going to stay significantly cool all night long. So I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing when it comes to grip. So we'll have to wait and see on that. And I did say this event is 134 laps. That's 200 miles. And our stage breaks tonight, Dakota, are 40 and 80.
Yeah, as you are going over the weather here, I did pull up our race information, and as she said, it is pretty cool today. 66 Fahrenheit, track temperature 68. I mean, that could either be a very good thing or a very bad thing, because some of these tracks, once it gets really cold, it does get like ice out there. But some of these tracks are really good on colder temps, like you were mentioning before.
Indeed. And I'm going to step away real quick to a driver's meeting, and then I will be back.
Alrighty, you have a good one.
Yeah.
And again, your stage breaks are going to be on lap 40 and lap 80. We have 60% fuel, 4 sets of tires. Your hometown heroes are going to be Eric, who is not here today, and Shane Griffin. Chris Otto is the defending winner. We're going to look to see if he can be a repeat winner today. Average cautions is going to be 9. The caution record is 14. Average lead change is around 15, and our lead change record is not correct, but I believe the lead change record should be around 16 to 17.
Yes, and if we want to go over the starting lineup, it looks like our qualifying is done, Dakota. While you're getting that displayed, Josh Grosso out of Red Wing, Minnesota, he grabbed the pole award for tonight's race at Kentucky. Congratulations. Outside is an alliance mate there on the front row, Charles Roberson, car number 20. Row number 2 is Thomas Flynn and Justin Barkley. And then row number 3 is Craig Lautenslugger, a 2-time winner this season already. And to his outside, Justin L. Johnson driving car number 22, looking for his first win. And then row number 4 is Joey Maines and James Bowles, a pair of Hendrick teammates there. Starting P9 is Angel Hernandez, and to his outside, Fabricio Lamana from Portugal. You got Nicholas Johnson and Christian Delgado make up row number 6. And then you've got Will Austin and Eugene Thorne in that row number 7. Dylan Lansdale out of Germany, and Cody Meadows, a 2-time winner this season already as well. He starts 16th. Martin Roberg and Mike Iskandar make up row number 9. Rookie sub Blake Hewlett subbing for one of our hometown heroes in car number 7 tonight. He starts P19, and to his outside, Chris Bishop in the 71. Starting 21st is Scott Trusty, and starting 22nd is Jeff Weimer. You got Gabe Ledger and Devin Trusty in row number 12. Christopher Walker and Parker Standrit out of Canada. He starts 26th tonight, and another Canadian in 27th, that of John Hopley, and to his outside, the Swede Michael Haflidason out of Gothenburg, Sweden. He starts P28. Kyle Benson, car number 33. He starts 29th, and Davey Hendricks in the 62. He starts 30th tonight. Thaddeus Friel Jr. starting 31st, and Chris Van Maastricht starting 32nd. Got Shane Griffin and David Anderson in row number 17. Bob Wyckoff and Brian Treadwell make up row number 18. Chuck Cobb and the Swede Danny Solo, they are in row number 19. And you got Steven Sear and Craig Hawkins starting shotgun row on the field. Should be interesting. We do have 60% fuel for you guys. There is 4 extra sets of tires for these guys. And that's no fast repairs.
Yeah, and I again am having issues with my ticker. As they are going green this time, you're going to see the 23 and 20 drag racing to get into turn 1.
Yep, it is a green flag at a green track with a lot of green cars, it seems, too, on the track. And Josh Grasso, a friend of Angel's, teammates too. Josh Grasso, he is on the point now, and he's looking to try to step away from the field a little bit here. As looks like Charles Roberson trying to make up a little bit of ground on that 23 machine. The 19, his teammate Justin Barkley pulls into the back of the 20 car. While you're getting those overlays all fixed up here, I'll call some of the action for you, Dakota, because I know that can be aggravating.
Oh yeah, appreciate you.
Yeah, and Josh Grasso here is continuing to lead the way here. Looks like Joey Maines is going to try to make a move here right around P6 there for a spot. Joey Maines may be doing a start and park tonight, so we might want to pay attention to that because he is in the playoffs. So the playoff drivers here. Chris Otto is not in the field tonight, so he will drop in points. And then with Joey Maines with possibility of ducking out early, he'll probably drop in points as well. So, but running strong here is the Toyota camp so far. Josh Grasso, Charles Roberson, Justin Barkley, all in the top 5. And we're looking here to complete lap number 4 at Kentucky. Making our way here, and to see what's going on here in the back of the field a little bit too, checking up on some of these guys, just to see what's going on. It looks like Mike Iskandar and Cody Meadows are in a little bit of a battle there for position number 14. As Mike Iskandar gets a big run on the outside, can't quite make the pass on Cody.
Oh man, I'm really starting to dislike this SDK sometimes, you know. Have some
Yeah.
issues today.
Yeah, you may not just need to restart it or something
Yeah,
on it.
I'm gonna try that again and see if that helps. This is not working at the. I apologize for anyone currently watching as I'm trying to get this fixed here.
Yep. Back up front, it's still Josh Grosso in that 23 Columbia Camry. He's out of Minnesota, where they get the big snows. Kind of jealous that they get as much snow as they do. Wish it would snow more down here in Ohio, but
Well, where I'm
and,
from, we don't get snow at all, so you're doing a lot better than I am, I will say.
yeah. Oh, I would hate not having snow, so that'd be depressing. But yeah, Charles still running in P2. Mr. Roberson there. Justin Barkley tried to defend that third spot from Joey Maines, but Joey Maines is on the move. He has actually moved up 3 spots already. He's not our biggest mover, however. That would be car number 33 of Kyle Benson, as he's now up 8 spots, actually 9 spots in that Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet. So Kyle Benson pretty fast tonight. Brian Treadwell, another big mover, he has moved up 8 spots in car number 78, a underfunded Live Fast Chevrolet. Joey Maines to the inside of Justin Barkley for possibly P3 here. Can he complete the pass on Mr. Barkley? He's almost got the job done there, as Josh Grosso still leads the way. So far, so good here. Clean action, clean and green, just like we want to see here in ISNF. No drama to speak of, and everybody just kind of giving each other some room out there, which is great news. Hopefully this will continue to stay nice and green for a while. And I have to say, this is one of the few tracks in ISNF Cup Series that we have had an all green caution-free event at Kentucky Speedway.
Woo, I finally got
sure
it
where
fixed.
and we do have, say that, broadcaster's curse. Caution is out. And it looked like there was the 34 car involved of
What's up? Michael Hoffedesen involved in
Eugene
that as well.
Thorne. And at the 16 of Michael Haflidason might have been involved here too.
Right, it looks like the 34 came up and got into the left rear of the 16 just slightly, and that's going to send the 16 down towards the inside wall. 34 stuck on him as well. 34 going to get the worst end of it, though, as I believe that is going to total his car. That was a very hard hit to the inside wall.
Yeah, and Eugene Thorne says that he's done for the day.
A very unfortunate luck. I mean, we haven't had a lot of green flag laps yet, but, you know, it's not something you want to see this early and get taken out of a race, especially when it's a points paying race.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of drama right there between the 0-1 and the 16. The 0-1 kind of made a point to kind of go weave through traffic, cut the 16 off, and then come to a stop there as they were pacing. I'm not sure what that's all about. There's no arguments on the radio other than the 16 just saying, hello.
So I did go back and look, and it kind of looked like he waited a little too late to brake because he did lock the brakes up trying to go in between them there. So he might have just overdrove it and yeah, catching up to the pace car
so
there.
it wasn't anything personal then, probably. Yeah. Gotcha.
We are back on live coverage. We're going to be sitting here with the 23 of Josh at the moment. And what's going to be your thoughts going into the, you know, we still got a long ways to go here. What do you think these drivers need to do to get it done today?
Well, I actually need to go and see who my top 5 picks to win are. I don't remember that, so I'm going to read my own notes from that. And I think that our playoff drivers are definitely going to be in contention tonight. I mean, they're going to be trying their best to stay hot and heavy into points. Top 5 picks to win. I have Angel Hernandez. So far, so good. He's been running close to the front. Josh Grasso, he's been leading every lap so far. Christian Delgado, still looking for his first career win, as well as Justin L. Johnson. But those are two drivers that really need to try and get wins. Delgado, especially because he's had a run of bad luck here in this round of 12 in the playoffs. So he needs to get a win tonight. Joey Maines, I also have as a top 5 pick to win, but that was also before I found out that he may be leaving early. And as far as the notable subs, going over those real quick, we do have Thaddeus Friel Jr. filling in for Chris Otto tonight, a playoff driver. We have Frank DeAngelis in the 17. I don't know if I actually saw him on track tonight or not. He's subbing for Alyssa Sharp and Eugene Thorne. Unfortunately, the latest victim in that wreck, subbing in for Larry Fairman. So far, a little bit of bad luck on some of these drivers. And I think, actually, wait a minute. Did I just see Frank DeAngelis? Anyway.
I only see one sub in here so far, and I believe that was Eugene Thorne. But the lights are out on the pace car this time. And the 23 of Josh is going to be leading us back to the green with Charles on his outside in that 20 machine. Toyotas are just getting it done tonight. It's just, Toyota top 3, followed by one Chevy and one Ford.
Yeah, and let's see.
And we're going into the restart zone this time. Is that outside lane going to be able to match the inside again? And 23 is off. Green gets a wonderful jump. That outside lane just stuck in dead waters. You see the 19 possibly going to be able to get around the 20 as well as they're heading into 1 and 2. They're side by side, 3 rows deep. Got 19, got clear of the 20, but the 20's getting the drive back off of 2. And it appears we have
the 60,
another
the
caution.
1, the 38, the 54, 87, all involved.
Gonna be Chuck Cobb. We're gonna ride on board with him right quick in that 01. Looks like the 48 and the 99 got into each other. 99 was able to get it back straight. They are currently 3 wide, right in front of the 01 here. 99 got into the wall just a little bit, and just a whole cluster of a mess right here. All these cars are 3 or 4 wide for a moment. The 01's going to get hit by the 16 in the rear. 87, the 7 going to get involved in it as well. We got cars wrecking up ahead of them. We got Chuck Cobb, Blake, Scott Trusty, Mike Eisinger. I can't talk right now. Sorry about that. Shane Griffin, Martin Reberg. I mean, just a whole mess of people involved in this incident right here.
Yeah, it started with, I believe, the 30, the 48 and the 99, maybe?
Yeah, it was the 48 and the 99. I'm going to rewind and get a little bit of a better view of this here.
But I also see that the 35 is involved, and I'm trying to figure out where the 35 comes into this mess.
Let's get a little bit of a better view here. We're going to hop on board with Joey Maines, get a little closer so we can see. Looks like the 48 just came up and got into the 99 as I went back to the live coverage. Sorry about that.
So there were 2 separate incidents happening at the exact same time. It's a simultaneous caution. So the 8 got into the 35 at the precise moment, getting him sideways as the 48 got into the 99.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why it became one hellacious wreck, because we got all the cars in between those 2 wrecks and behind the second wreck, all going to get into some sort of trouble here. Wow. Yeah. So that's incredible.
Yeah, it looks like the 8 got into the back of the 36, which got him loose. And in turn, 8 had nowhere to go, tried to go up the track. The 11's there. It's going to push the 11 up, and unfortunately, the 36 all the way around, going to collect the 8 again, get up there into the 60 right in front of this other incident we had. Like, just very unfortunate luck for some of these drivers. Oh, so while we're under caution, I don't get a lot of time to talk to you. As an owner, what all do you have to do to set up for a weekly race? Let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's let these drivers and
Uh,
people that watch know how much work you put in.
yeah, so it starts usually on Wednesday, and I do basically I start the poll, which is basically starting the entry list, which is what they call it in NASCAR, but the ISNF version of the entry list. And I put up the fonts and teams and stuff of all the car numbers, and then we just kind of lay back and sit and see who all gets filled in as far as wanting to race this coming weekend. And then basically anybody who says that they are not racing, I have to then find a sub for them if they are in a full-time charter ride. So say the 17 isn't going to be here this week, the normal assigned driver, then I need to find a sub for that charter, so at least it's on the track for all of us to enjoy seeing every single weekend on track for realism purposes. And then once I get all of those filled up, I start filling in all the extra cars, the underfunded cars like the 62 and the 01 and the 87 and all that stuff. And then that usually goes from Wednesday through Friday. I send over some paint schemes as some encouragement to kind of keep things changed up, where the same drivers aren't showing up with the same paint schemes week in and week out, because everybody gets kind of bored of that. I post race information. I get a hold of the broadcasters, make sure everybody's good there. I send over files. I have to put in all of the overlays that you got, the ticker, all those fonts at the top that are ticking, or on the tower to the left. All of that is done by me. I have to get all of those links into the SDK overlay system. Those pictures at the bottom of the drivers that you, I'm sure, have displayed right now of how many starts, wins, their face, team name, car number, all that pretty stuff down there. I have to do that by hand, and I have to plug in all of those URLs on Saturday mornings. I answer questions. I assign car numbers in iRacing that will reflect the subs and people that are out. We have a little bit of a spin of the 16, but he gathers it back. We stay green here at Kentucky. And then, yeah, I just kind of coordinate with everything and with everybody, and I just kind of it's a lot of work, and I'm sure I missed out on about 17, 18 things there, but I don't think we have time to listen to all that tonight. So back to the action here at Kentucky.
As Josh got a really good restart there, and back to the driver detail thing you were talking about. Unfortunately, I'm not able to use it today because every time I do click on it, it's causing a little bit of issues with my SDK. Because I did just try again to pull it up, but it's just very unfortunate because I know you put a lot of work into that, them things.
Yeah. So what is it doing exactly?
It just closes out my ticker and my tower and won't let me load it back up. It just doesn't work for some reason. It's probably something on my end. I might not have it set up correctly, as I still am learning at the moment, but trying to get it fixed right now as we are on board with Josh. Let's switch back here to second place. Watch some of this battling going on behind them. How about we hop back here for fourth, as it looks like they are getting ready to go side by side going into one this time.
Yeah, Josh Grosso with about a half a second lead on car number 19 of Justin Barkley right now. And then the other Justin L. Johnson, he is closing in on Barkley. So looks like we're going to have a battle of Justins here, 19 and 22, for that second spot.
Oh, man. First time I get the broadcast for you, and everything possible could go wrong, huh? Is that not the typical way things work?
Oh yeah. So you do have a ticker,
Yeah,
and
it's
is
just
that about it?
I got a ticker and stuff, but I will not have like the proper race information and stuff on the thing at the moment in order for it to work. I'm not quite sure what's going on, and for some reason it's not wanting to show on my OBS now, so that's also great.
Yeah, it's not actually showing the ticker or anything at all on the broadcast right now on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm working on that as we speak while trying to. Man, 24 got a really good run on the outside that time. 45 fighting back on the inside. I believe that is Angel Hernandez in that 45 machine. But I am working on it as we speak.
Copy that.
I don't think I've ever had this much issue getting it to work on here.
There's a little bit of smoke there. I'm not sure who that was. For some reason, SDK is not telling me, showing me the incidents and things of.
Yeah, I'm having...
That's not showing me anything either.
There it goes. All right, we got the timing back up there now. I got to switch it back over to laps. There we go. We are starting on lap 27. Sorry about that, folks. I finally got it fixed. I'm not touching it again. We're going to make sure it stays working. So Josh Grosso up to a commanding lead at the moment, you know, doing a really good job. But Justin Johnson worked his way up through the field into that P2 spot. We got Charles Robertson currently down one spot trying to defend off the 45 of Angel Hernandez, which is going to be my pick to win today, as Angel Hernandez has been doing really good the past few weeks.
Okay, so we have a generic ticker flying.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That was the fastest fix I could do for the moment. I apologize.
I gotcha.
I will definitely get it worked out a lot better next time this does happen, though, because I'm a little disappointed that it's not working.
I don't think that if you set me as a controller for it, that my SDK would show up, would it?
I think it does, actually. We could try it real quick if you'd like.
You have to give me a second and get my HUD up.
I'm not quite 100% sure on that, though.
Yeah, I'm not either on how all that works.
All right, let's go back through the field a little bit about to this 10th place spot. As you see the 20, oh, a lot of smoke. Looks like the 80 got loose there, but we are on board with the 43 as they were side by side with the 77 of Craig Lautenslager, who is now side by side with Cody Meadows. I believe we had a little bit of a checkup there. Somebody got loose on the apron, and look how close the 77 was to the back bumper of Cody Meadows. And we're going to keep going on back to this field, give some people a little bit of screen time here as Kyle Benson just completed a pass on the 44 Fabricio. We got Dave Hendricks back here. It looks like Chris Bishop coming up on the back of the 11 here, potentially looking to make an overtake going into 3 and 4 this time. As you see him dive down to the inside and just so much momentum to the center of the corner. The 11 is going to come down and side draft him to try to get a better drive off, and it seems he's going to be able to hold that 71 at bay for the moment. As we're back here with the 48 of Joey Maines and the 10 of Danny Solo now.
Yep, so we have a spin. John Hopley and the Long John Silver's Ford Mustang is having issues on track.
Let's rewind it a little bit here. Alrighty, it looks like the 4 and the 41 are side by side. 41 comes up a little bit, just gets into the left rear of the 4. It's going to spin the 4 around. 41's not going to have nowhere to go. It's going to get stuck to the side of the 4 here and spin him the rest of the way out. As you see the 41 coming up the track, the 10 narrowly missing him. And luckily enough, I think the 4 car did not get a lot of damage out of that, as he didn't make any contact with anyone else or the wall.
Oh, that's good news for John.
Isn't it
We'd say
ironic?
I try to grab a driver up here for an interview.
Sure.
Under this caution. Let me see if I can.
So how did John end up driving the Long John Silver's car? That's a
Oh, it's Front Row Motorsports. It's real life NASCAR scheme. So, um, it's
I honestly
for
thought that
realism
business
purposes.
closed down because I don't have a single one around me anymore. They all closed.
They just built a new one here near me.
Oh,
So we
interesting.
got driver car 48 in the booth with us, Joey Maines out of the Hendrick camp. So you told me that you might be ducking out early. Is that still the case?
Yeah, I'm leaving after stage 1. I got family plans I got to go to.
Gotcha. So the name of the game right now is to get as many stage points as possible before you park it.
Yeah, that's why I pitted. I was hoping to be able to come back up through the field and try and maybe win the stage with a tire advantage, but that did not work at all. It's too hard to pass
Gotcha.
here.
Gotcha. All right, my friend. Well, that was not stage right there. So
Correct.
we are on lap 34 right now. So
34, 2 to green.
yep, 2 to green. So this will be a nice little run to the stage. It's a shootout.
Nice
Yep.
little Hail Mary at it.
Hail Mary. Yep, exactly. Yeah, Hail Mary past that SOB and see where it lands. Hopefully, it's not an interception.
Yeah, I hope it is for some other people, but not for me.
Well, if you're a Lions fan,
Hey.
if you're a Michigan Wolverines fan, especially,
How
you
many
guys
days
are
has it been?
terrible.
I can't say
over
anything.
over 2,000 days. How many days has it been
Uh-huh.
since Ohio State beat Michigan? Over 2,000 days.
And how long has it been since Michigan won a title versus Ohio State?
I'm an NC State fan. I can't be in this argument.
So-
Yikes for that.
All right. Yeah, so good luck on that Michigan Hail Mary there.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, see ya. All right, so we will see.
We'll keep an eye on him as he's currently sitting P12. See if he's going to be able to go up in the top 10 and get a couple stage points here. Oh man! So speaking of football, I'm a Ravens fan in the NFL, and
I hate the Ravens.
I think the backup quarterback was doing better than Lamar Jackson, while Lamar Jackson was out with an injury.
I just hate the Ravens.
I mean, everyone has their team. I try not to disrespect anyone unless they're a Cowboys fan. That's the only issue I have with people. Cowboys fans, it's not your year. It's not your year.
Oh. So we've got quite a few cars on the hauler heading back to headquarters already. Martin Roberg in the 54, Shane Griffin, our hometown hero, in the 84, Bob Wyckoff in the 9, Eugene Thorne in the 34, Steven Sear never even took the green flag in the 5. Weimer's limping around, almost 10 laps down. Iskandar is in the pits, going a lap down. So quite a few victims here early on at Kentucky, unfortunately. Hopefully it cleans back up and we can get some green flag racing here to the stage, and then hopefully we'll stay green for the second stage. So as the pace car does pull on the pit road, we're going to re-rack them and stack them here, and we're going to have a shootout to the stage.
Yeah, and hopefully a couple of these drivers are going to be able to hold on to it, as they do have a lot of hungry fresh. Oh, and as I said, that the 22.
22 and Justin L. Johnson spun his tires.
Let's go back and take a look at this here. I know this is going to sound really weird, but if you look at the 20 behind him, it's like the 20 hit a wall, and I'm kind of wondering if he net coded into the 22 there.
Yeah, so that's going to end. Yeah, so that is going to be unfortunately stage with that spin at the 22, causing that under 5 laps to go. So, yeah.
Huh? Our stage winner is going to be Josh Grosso. We're going to have Angel Hernandez in P2, Charles Robertson P3, Thomas Flynn P4, Christian Delgado P5, Cody Meadows P6, Craig Lautenslager P7, Will Austin P8, Dave Hendricks P9, and Joey Maines P10. That is going to be your stage points. You know, and these drivers are definitely going to be really happy getting some of these stage points here. Especially Angel Hernandez, who is our current sprint leader. So do you think we're gonna see a cleaner stage 2 here?
Well, I mean, Josh Grosso's looking really good. We got to see what kind of pit stop that these guys have. It looks like Danny Solo.
I believe Danny, Justin, James, and John Hopley all stayed out as they did pit right before that stage break.
And there goes Joey Maines packing it up on the hauler to tend to his prior obligations. So he did try to get how many points? Actually, what position did he finish in that stage?
I believe he
did
was
you
about P12.
Okay, unfortunately, he didn't get anything out of that deal. So tough break for the 48. So he'll have to do what he does next week actually, sorry, we're off next week for Thanksgiving. The following week at the ATL, Echo Park Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Yeah, I don't know why they renamed it Echo Park. I mean, it's just iconically known as Atlanta. That's one of the worst decisions I think NASCAR's made in a good bit.
I
Well, that's a
agree.
lie.
I think I
They-
agree. It's about money though, so I mean, I'm not surprised. I don't mind renaming the Geico Restart Zone the Echo Park Restart Zone just because, those sponsors come and go. And, I'm sure we'll get the Yellowwood one, Restart Zone at some point and, whatever else. But that's fine, like those little sponsors. But yeah, to rename a whole racetrack over a sponsor, I think that's getting a little bit too NFL and, pro sports like that. Because you have Gillette Stadium, you have PNC Park, you have Progressive Field, and all that. So it's yeah, I think that's kind of what NASCAR was letting happen there, and I can't get used to it as a race fan. I don't think it's really necessary, but anyway, money talks, so that's where we're at.
And it looks like Michael Hofferdason come out of pitch just a little too late, and he's going to have to stop on the apron and let everybody by, potentially go a lap down here. As the pace, the lights are back on the pace car, we're going to have to wait another lap, and we're going to be heading into stage 2. There hasn't really been a lot of aggression per se, but, this is a very tricky track to drive as it is pretty loose for the most part, and it's a weird line you have to run here. So I'm looking forward to seeing if these drivers are going to be able to, get their act together a little bit here and get a good solid green flag run as, being able to manage your tires is a big part of this track and being able to make track position.
Yeah. And I agree. And I think too, like I really want to watch Josh Grosso in the 23 machine. I want to see, this is really going to paint the big picture. Is Clean Air king or is Josh Grosso king? Because he's starting P11, a lot deeper in traffic than he has seen all night. So let's keep an eye on the 23. Let's find out how long it's going to take him to get to P1 again, if he can even make it. And let's check out Barkley and Solo, see which one grabs that point lead there, and see how far they can get out into out front and get away from the field. Because I want to see if this is just a clean air situation at this track, or is it a driver situation. So time will tell here. Pace car lights are off, so it'll be ducking down on the pit road here momentarily, and we'll be able to hopefully get an answer in the next 5 or 10 laps on that.
Yeah, that is a very good point. You know, I will say the clean air, especially at Kentucky, does make a huge difference, but that could also be part of a driver mod, like you said. I mean, he's been doing a really good job, especially on the restarts, to make sure he's able to get out and, you know, no one around, so he has no issues to worry about. But restarting in that P11 spot's going to be a little risky, as he's going to have to potentially worry about wrecks and stuff he has to avoid as well.
Indeed. So yeah, as they come to the green here on lap 40,
Oh,
looks like
19 got really
Barkley
loose.
got it. Yeah,
But still getting a pretty good
got it.
restart there, as we're going to head into 1 and 2. Sorry I keep cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. No, it's all good. So yeah, the 19 shot out to a big lead there, even with tire spin. And we have a battle for P2 behind him. Looks like Danny Solo might win that one for now, maybe not. 24, James Bowles looks to his inside. Solo rocking that outside. And how about Fabricio Lamana in the underfunded NY Racing? We have a caution, unfortunately.
Looks like it's going to be Cody
on
Meadows
the back.
in that
And
21.
actually, yeah, actually, no, to be Will Austin and Christian Delgado, perhaps, is what my screen is saying. The 12 and the 42 car.
Yeah, from I'm watching the replay right now. Looks like the 42 came up, got into the 21 a little bit, got the 21 loose. He's going to come down and collect the 99. The 99 is going to collect, who is that? The 33, and send them down towards the pits. 21 comes back up the track, gets into the 6. He's got the brakes locked down, and
Jeez.
unfortunate, just a lot of people collected. They didn't really have no time to react there, as the 21 just kind of got bounced around like a ping pong ball. And that's going to be a couple more drivers possibly having to load it up on the hauler crews. I believe I am seeing a couple meatball flags.
Yeah, the 21 got loose on his own. And when the 20, so that's what popped off and caused the whole thing, is the 21 got loose on his own, came down into the 99 and the 33. Yeah, and then unfortunately the 99 wasn't on his brakes enough. 33 kind of slid across. Yeah, there's a lot of mayhem going on there, unfortunately. And I think David Anderson is gonna call it a night. I don't know why though, because he doesn't have much damage on his 99 Quaker State machine. So doesn't make
We're
too
actually
much
watching David
sense.
right here during this wreck. It looks like he gets into the 33 again after they do go into the grass. But like you said, he doesn't really have a lot of damage to his vehicle.
No, yeah, that doesn't make any sense to.
But we are going to go back to the live side of things here. As you can see, Cody Meadows in the pits. We got Dylan in the pits as well. Michael in the pits in that one car. Blake. All these drivers involved in this incident here.
Yeah, and as I was saying right before all that popped off there, yeah, Fabricio Lamana in the 44 having a good night, and in that 44 machine. And then we got Christopher Walker in P5. He's up 21 spots since we started this gig here. Scott Trusty 6th, Angel Hernandez 7th, Devin Trusty, Scott's brother, is in P8 in only his second ISNF career start. Josh Grosso did get up a couple of spots. He's there in P9, and Charles Roberson rounding out your top 10.
Yeah, and I just want to say, I think Danny Solo is going to be our biggest mover right now, as he is up 27 spots in that second position. I mean,
Yes.
some of these drivers who opted to start in the back, or, you know, didn't qualify well, it seems to be paying off for them as they're up here towards the front of the field. But we are stacked up and side by side again, and the pace lights are off on the pace car this time, so we should be taking it back to green. You know, it's honestly crazy. You could go look at stuff from different points of views and gets like different ideas of what happened during the crash. Like the first look, it kind of looked like a car got into Cody Meadows there, and then I went back and looked because you said something, and I could see where he got loose.
Yep. Oh, let's see. So we got Solo as our biggest mover right now, our biggest. Looks like the 41 is having an issue, saying that his race is over for damage purposes.
Yeah,
That car does look pretty messed up.
and we are coming back to the green. 19 going to be leading us in the restart zone here. As they hit the restart zone, 19 is going to jump out to the lead with a wonderful restart, but that outside line does a pretty good job as he is able to drop down to the bottom if he chooses to do so. We're going to go into 1 and 2 this time. Looks like Danny Solo does opt to go to the bottom. 24 did have to check up a little bit there, but no harm, no fouls. They are single filed out for the top 8 at the moment. But it does look like that 44 is looking to the inside of the 11. But the 11 is going to have the better driver going into 3. The 45 of Angel Hernandez is going to be out on the outside of Fabricio in the 44. And they're Fabricio getting a really good run off there as the 11 does check up the 45. And they are currently 3 wide going into 1 and 2 this time.
Further back in the pack, we have quite a bit of action going on in and it's sometimes 3 wide as the 20 tries to make a move on the 87. 77 gives the 42 a big push into traffic.
Oh,
you can
20
pretty
gets
much,
loose on the bottom.
and the 20 just spun the 8. 20 just spun the 8 and into the 87. The 8 car is currently going backwards here.
Yep,
And the 22 is calling the 8 names for some reason. The 87 has significant wheel damage on the front right and is got a Bluetooth wheel situation. Both trustees involved in that wreck.
So we are watching the 20 here. It kind of looks like he goes down. Gets a little loose on that bottom. He comes up and gets into the 8 there. And just absolute carnage afterwards.
So let's get an interview here with possibly the culprit of that wreck, Mr. Charles Roberson in the number 20 machine. So from your POV, what exactly happened and why was the 8 being called an idiot by somebody else when I thought it was you that actually wrecked the 8?
No, I got loose, Ray. I got on the bottom and it just got loose, and I chased it up and I tried to slow it down to not get into him, but at that point it was just my fault.
Gotcha. So is that how you're gonna get a good finish tonight? Just wreck the whole field and get what you can?
No, I'm just trying to finish good and not get caught in something. And like I said, I got loose.
Yeah.
It was either try to hold on to it or just loop it around and wreck a whole lot more cars. So I'm just
So
glad I didn't.
you took out 2 trustees, by the way. But the brothers Scott
Yeah, I
and Devin.
apologize.
So yeah.
my
All right. All right, Charles. Well, see what you got in the tank there. Hopefully, you can stay out of trouble and keep your nose clean the rest of the race. And good luck to you out there. And maybe we'll be talking to you later tonight.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, I think I see why the 8 might have had a few words said to him there, is it doesn't look like he's holding the brakes and comes back down across the track. Luckily, everyone was able to avoid him there, but just not what you want to see, especially after you just got put up into the wall, just backwards down the track without holding the brakes, and everyone else having to pray that they got enough time to get around you here.
Okay, so that's why the idiot situation was happening then, somebody was saying something like that.
And, I think Justin Barkley is really loving to see these cautions, as I think he stayed out there in that last stage. and didn't take any tires, and he's still maintaining the lead as we've not really had a chance for anyone to stretch their legs to get around him.
Copy that.
But
Yeah.
Josh in that 23 car up to P6 already, even with these short restarts here. So it might not just be clean air as he is making his way through this field. And they are re-racking and stacking them, and we are going to try to go back green this time. Rhea, do you got any words of encouragement for your drivers tonight?
No. I'm staying comment free on the Team Penske drivers tonight. I do not want to curse.
Fair enough. Well, I'll go ahead and throw the curse out there. No, I'm just playing. All right, 19 is going to be bringing us back to the green. The lights are off on the pace car this time as they are coming through 3 and 4. And I got a feeling we're about to see a very interesting restart here as some of these drivers are still on old tires.
Yep. Unfortunately, already too many cautions at Kentucky when I already know that we can race this entire event caution free and have in the past. So it's disappointing that we can't at least run halfway clean here tonight. So we are back green.
Yeah, the 19 with a really good jump. 24 is going to follow him through, and the 45 Angel Hernandez potentially looking to take over that P3 spot. But the 18 is going to be fighting back on that outside line. That's not the 18. That is the 10. The 10 was trying to fight back on the outside, but Angel Hernandez able to get the momentum coming out of 2. You still see that 10 trying to get back on the outside of Angel Hernandez, and they're going to be door-to-door coming out of 4. 10's going to have a better run coming down the front stretch going into 1 and 2, and is able to clear that 45. As we do have a battle back here for about this P8 spot.
Further back, we got the 11 of Christopher Walker trying to make a move on Fabricio Lamana to the inside of that 44 machine. We got the 20 of Charles Roberson trying to make back up some spots as well. He tags along with his teammate. And we're about 3 or 4 wide here. 3 wide, Fabricio, 47, and the 77 all together here. Throw a blanket over these drivers as they are racing like it's the end of the stage. We still have another 23 laps to the second end of the second stage. So these guys need to calm down a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah, just a little bit. They are racing like it's the last lap of the race, as they are still 3 wide back here for about this 11th, 12th spot. Oh, they finally got it sorted out to 2 wide, but these drivers are trying everything they can to gain every position as fast as possible. I think they're getting in the mindset of I have to get my positions in the first few laps, which is not the case for Kentucky as the tire wear. As you do see the 42 back there, it looks like he got into the 21 or the 12. I believe that was the 12 of Christian Delgado, but no harm, no foul. They both were able to keep it straight. As we're going to go back on board with our leader here. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Yeah, they're still getting pretty racy, but they are starting to settle down a little bit as far as like the orderly fashion. They are starting to get a little bit more single file here as we get some laps under our belt, and that's I think what we struggle with, right? Is cautions breed cautions, and especially in the league because we need to have about 5 or 6 green flag laps, depending on the track, to get single file. Once we can get that single file, then it might be a while before another caution, and that's just that threshold. And the 35 car of Nicholas Johnson is in the wall, so that brings out another caution, unfortunately. So
Yeah, and speaking back on it, the SDK did not pick that up, so we're going to have to rewind it the old-fashioned way here.
and there was some controversy with the 22. Oh, yeah, so it looks like I don't know if maybe I'm going to do chopper here, see who came into who here, because, yeah, the 35 uh, came down onto the 22 entirely right there. So, yeah, the 22 did not wreck the 35. Looks like the 35 wrecked himself on that one, unfortunately, for the 35. But
Yeah, unfortunately, probably expecting the 22 to go, a little lower sooner than he did there and just spun himself off the 22's nose. But luckily, it doesn't look like no one else really got involved there.
gotcha. So we have the driver 22 in the booth with us right now. From what we just saw, Justin, looks like the 35 came down into you and wrecked himself. It wasn't anything that you could do different there to prevent that.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. If anything, I felt like he was trying to make the corner. He was trying to hit the apex of the corner way too soon, and maybe he didn't expect me to be there or something. But I felt like he just came down on me the whole time.
Yeah, I think he was arcing it, and yeah, he hit that apex way too early, and he just wasn't fully spatial aware of what was happening around him. I think you might have been in a little bit of a blind spot too for him. So if he's sitting a little bit too far up in his cockpit, he's not going to be able to get that left mirror visible. So it's possible that his spotter wasn't calling him out, or he wasn't hearing it or something. But unfortunate situation. So did you get any damage out of that, or are you okay?
Just 30 seconds. I'll just go ahead and fix it real quick. I'm in the middle of the pack anyway. No hurry to get back up.
Yeah, and speaking of which,
Gotcha.
since you are in the pits, what is going to be your game plan going forward for the end of the stage here?
Just need to find any position that can give me some more clean air. It's bad in the middle of the pack. You can't run low, can't run high, can't run middle. So it's really just a waiting game. And with the way the cautions are working out, I think I just need to get lucky and be in the front at one of them.
Fair enough. One more question for you. With the track conditions being as cold as they are, do you think that is affecting the grip?
Oh yeah, it's fast. It's really fast. It's right. I wish I did have clean air. I'd be ripping right now. But yeah, we're gonna get later and later in the evening, and it's just gonna be really really quick.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you for, taking a moment to talk with us up here, and let you
Yeah,
back to your team
appreciate it.
chat unless Rhea has any more questions for you.
No, just go out and win.
Yeah, we'll try.
All right, man.
Let's see. Find a better camera here. And the cars are double filed back up, and the pace lights are off on the pace car this time as we are coming down the back stretch and we're getting ready to go green again. We had a decent, I'd say a decent green flag run right there for how the night's been going. So maybe we'll get another one of these drivers to be able to space out, as you said, after the first couple laps and they get single filed. It's, pretty good racing for the most part.
Yeah, and a little bit of comedy there under the caution. The Ohio Logistics car made contact with the Cincinnati car, and James Bowles came on the radio and said, "Ohio just hit Ohio." So,
All right, I am looking at the chat here. Can we get the most exciting tracking in the meantime? I also got 20 rigged me out of the race. Thanks. 20 is getting it next week. All right.
pace car back on pit road here. James Bowles and Justin Barkley here will take the green as we are nearing halfway in this
Yeah.
event.
And the 19 is going to get a really good restart again this time. But I'm very surprised he opted to start on the outside, as he's been having really good luck on that inside line. The 45 is being pushed very hard by the 20 on that outside line as well. Angel Hernandez trying to get that outside line working. And it looks like the 18 is going to come up and make contact with the 45. 45 is going to get into the wall, and I don't believe that's going to bring out a caution. But that is going to cost the 18 and the 45 quite a bit of track position, as they are 3 by 3 back here for about this 7th, 8th spot. And there's a lot of movement going on as we are getting live coverage of it at the moment. Looks like the
Yep,
45
and
was able to get it back straight. The 47 right in front of the 20, and they are getting it back double file. Go ahead.
no, you're fine. And yeah, the 44, 77, 62, 01, they're all running 3 and 4 abreast here. Again, they're racing like it's the end of the stage. We still have 19 laps. And we want to kind of survive to get to that stage. So I don't understand what's happening here. But, you know, Justin did mention that clean air is a factor. And the 11 just got turned off the bumper of the 77. They get
Oh,
into the
big hard hit
16,
up into
bring
the
the
wall.
6 with them. And a 38 just got slammed into everybody as well. And lots of damage for a lot of cars here, unfortunately.
No,
So we're going to have to go back and take a look at that. It looks like it might have been the 11 coming down onto the 77, but let's check here just to make sure I don't call it wrong.
yeah, the 77 was below the yellow line. They were trying to give the 11 room. I mean, I don't think he really had much opportunity to go anywhere else as they were coming into the corner there.
Yeah.
And just,
So, and it just the way the 77 handled that, trying to save it, brought the 77 with him, kind of like a Velcro situation, right off the front bumper of the 16. Unfortunately, tagged the heck out of the 6 as the 6 hit the wall hard. And the 11 involved, as well as the 38 of Chris Van Maastricht.
yeah, a lot of drivers involved in this that should not have been involved. Is all that needed was just a little bit of space given from a couple of these drivers. As we were 3 or 4 wide for a lot of that restart there.
So let's get shoot, I brought it. So Chris Van Maastricht, driver of car number 38 for Front Row Motorsports, involved in that last incident. At the last second, got tagged and then slammed backwards into the wall. What kind of damage are you dealing with here as a playoff driver?
I have not gotten to the pits yet, but it is very edgy and about ready to spin at about 120 miles per hour. One of the wheels is out of alignment bad.
So there is a Bluetooth situation here.
It's not a meatball yet, but it's
Well, that's good.
bad.
Gotcha.
8.5 minutes of damage now.
I will
Okay, so
say
that's
from the
going to put you
broadcast point
several
of view,
laps down.
your car does not
Possibly.
really look that bad, so it's
And I
probably
assume
mainly
that
wheel
you're going
damage.
to go ahead and try to get that fixed and get back out there and salvage whatever you can.
Yeah, I'll try to get what I can here.
How's the grip on the track? I heard it was fast and grippy. So why is like all of these incidents happening?
Probably because it's fast and grippy and everybody's just trying to go for it. And I'm seeing a lot of 3, 4 wide out there, and that causes wrecks.
And I don't understand too, because I mean, like I had just mentioned a while ago, we are 19 laps still to the second stage end, and everybody's 4 wide, and I'm like, this isn't the end of the stage break, So I don't understand like what people are trying to do here, So anyway, all right. I appreciate you giving a word. Sorry for your bad luck and troubles in the front row stable there. It looks like John was able to come out clean in that first incident. He was involved, but
John's in bad shape.
is he really? Okay.
Yes.
So the number 4 car in bad shape. Okay. What did he get into lately?
That last wreck.
Oh, the last wreck. He was involved in the last wreck. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. Did not see that. So 2 front row cars involved there.
Yes.
Okay. And Eugene was involved early. So tough break for front row. So, all right, my friend, we'll see you later. We'll talk to you, and good luck at least getting some points.
All right.
All right. All right,
So,
Chris. Yeah.
back to the life side of things, Josh back up in that P4 spot. He is slowly working his way back towards the front of this field here.
Yes, he is. And, unfortunately, he's not in the playoffs right now, or else that would be even more significant. But as far as our playoff drivers go, Angel Hernandez is your top driver in that department. Charles Roberson right there behind him. And then you've got Cody Meadows another playoff driver up there in the top 10. So those three drivers having good nights, and hopefully Christian Delgado looks like he's in P11, so he'll hopefully get some stage points coming up soon. And
Yeah, but the pace
you
car
know,
is going down pit road this
Okay.
time, and the 19 is going to be bringing us back to the green, opting to restart on that outside line again, and they are coming to the restart zone this time. And Justin Barkley is going to lead us back to the green, and oh no! Somebody lost it on the restart
it
there.
was James Bowles in the 24, the University of Cincinnati Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet, as he gathers it back up. No caution.
Yeah, something going on with the 19 as well, as he just faded really quick, and that's going to give the lead to Angel Hernandez, put Josh back in that P2 spot. And that Cody Meadows looking and gets a little loose, has to check up a little bit. That's going to allow the
62 just got a little bit loose off the front of the 42. We stay green.
Yeah, there is a lot of speed and a lot of grip, but you know, I'm
12
sorry.
just wrecked into the wall. Christian Delgado.
Go on board
12
and see
car.
what happened here with the 12 car. Because it looks like the 42 might have been getting a little loose, and the 12 came up and got into the 42 on the exit of 4 here. No, 42 was not getting loose. It looks like the 12 just tried to come up, occupy some space that wasn't there. I was going to put the 42 into the wall, and the 12 is going to end up getting loose and losing it right back in front of the 42. And unfortunately, 42 just nowhere to go. Gets right into the rear bumper of the 12, spins him the rest of the way out here. And luckily, everyone else able to avoid it.
That was such an avoidable incident that Delgado basically self-cleared himself on the 42. Yeah. He was not clear yet. And, oh, man, that was ugly. I think there's going to be some big damage on that.
19 up here, possibly for an interview right quick? I'm kind of curious
Yeah,
what happened
yeah.
to him on that last restart.
Yeah. Let's see. Get him. Yep, I see him. He's one of my favorite ones to interview too, so just don't tell him I said that.
How's it going, Justin? It's the Dakota and Rhea up in the booth. You got a copy?
It's going terrible.
What happened on
See
that
what I
last?
mean?
What happened on that last restart? You got such a good jump, and then it's like everything just went to shit.
It said that I jumped the restart, so here I go to the back. I didn't think I did, but you know, iRacing said I did, so.
That is just very
I'm gonna
unfortunate.
go hang out the back for a little bit.
Fair enough. You have been doing a really good job up here in the front, so I got a feeling if you can work your way back up there, you will be a good contender to possibly win this race. And sorry about your unfortunate luck there. I just wanted to check and see what happened, because I was very confused, because you did get a really good restart there. It didn't look like you jumped necessarily, but
Yeah, I didn't think I did, but it's the first one I've jumped in a while, so unfortunate, but it is what it is.
fair enough.
So what happened with the 24 on that restart? Did he zig instead of zagged, and he should have zigged, but he zagged, or?
He restarted him first after he was making fun of people starting him first, and then he spun out.
Well, karma does have a way to
Gotcha.
come back and bite people.
Yeah, so we're just gonna serve this penalty in the green and hope there's some caution so I can get back on the lead lap. And yep.
All right, man. Well, hopefully you have better luck the second half of the race, and hopefully they cool their jets out there, because it is getting ugly.
Well, there shouldn't be many cars left, so they should be cooling it pretty soon.
Well. All right, man. See
right.
ya.
So that is going to give the lead over to Angel Hernandez, who, you know, will happily take these points if he could keep in the lead here, especially, you know, with the stage coming to a close before too much longer. Oh, actually, hold on one second. Would that be considered stage?
No, that's not until lap 80.
Oh, yeah, so within 5 laps, correct?
Yes.
Okay, my bad. Sorry about that. So yeah, we got about 10 laps to go until, you know, this stage is over, and should be coming to the green with about 9 laps left to go in the stage here. So Angel Hernandez needs to do everything he can to potentially hold on to get these extra points here. But, you know, you got Charles Robertson, Josh, and Thomas Flynn here also looking, and Cody Meadows in that 21 as well, looking to get up here to try to win the stage.
Yeah, and let's see, we've got Cody Meadows, Justin Johnson. Let's see, no wait, as far as so Angel Hernandez, Charles Roberson, Cody Meadows, and Danny Solo are your playoff drivers right now inside the top 10, looking to capitalize on stage points tonight. So unfortunately, see, I don't understand how Chris Van Maastricht is on the lead lap right now when he said he had 8 minutes of damage.
Just, you know, coming out of the pits before the pace car gets around, praying for another caution, and it seems to be working out for us. The 45 is leading us back to the green, but the 23 of Josh getting a amazing start on that outside, and they are still side by side going into one. But the 45 of Angel Hernandez is going to have a little bit better run coming out of 1 and 2. As you see, the 20 getting a little loose on that inside line and coming up 23 and 20 in the drag race on the backstretch here, as they're going to be going into 3 and 4 this time. It looks like, oh, the 21 is going to get spun by the 47 and is able to collect it and get it back straight there. I don't believe that's going to be a caution. Let's see if we can get on board with the 21 here, as I've completely lost them off of my SDK. Awesome.
So yeah, the 21 ended up saving it. He didn't touch the wall or anything. He's not too happy with the 47 right now, but I'd rather lose spots than lose a car. Words of Tony Trapasso, RIP. So I would kind of just focus on that. It's a tough loss though, because now I just, you know, Cody Meadows just lost some big stage points. There's no way he's going to be able to make up 7 spots by time the stage break. But I'd rather have lost spots in a wrecked race car. But
that is a very true point, as we do see the 22 going to the inside of the 20 here. It's going to be Justin Johnson trying to get by Charles Robertson at the moment, but unable to get the momentum on the bottom lane. The 20 is just going to get so much better of a drive off, as you're going to see the 47 get to the back bumper of the 22 this time. Looking to go to the outside. 22 is going to try to come up and block, and I'm not able to do so, but that is going to hurt the momentum of the 47 a little bit and allow the 22 to try to pull away here, as Kyle Benson is looking to get around the 47 to Thomas Flynn at the moment. As we do go back on board with Angel Hernandez out to a commanding lead at the moment. Josh trying everything possible to get caught up. And you do see the 20 of Charles Robertson sitting P3 currently, as Justin Johnson trying to get that momentum back up to get back on the bumper to pass and get these important stage points here. There is a battle going on between, I believe that is the 33 and the 47. That'll be Kyle Benson and Thomas Flynn still, as Thomas Flynn is working that inside. Oh, goes in a little deep. The 33 thought he was clear, tried to come down, and they do make contact going into 3 and 4, but they are able to keep it straight. They are door to door on the exit, and that's going to allow for the 43 of Will Austin to get to the inside of both of them. We are currently 3 wide for this 5th place.
yeah, there's three. There's 3. We got the 43, the 47, and
10.
the 10.
Oh, they're making
Yeah, the
contact. They're
47
beating and
gets-
begging.
Yes, they are. Someone's gonna wreck.
Oh, what an incredible job to keep that straight there, as they were ping-ponging all down the backstretch.
Oh,
These
my
drivers are
God.
definitely not going to be happy with each other. As you see the 10 of Danny Seller trying to get around both of these drivers at the moment. He is going to be able to clear the 43, but the 43 is going to fight back on the inside as they're heading into 1 and 2. They make contact. The 10's in the wall.
I know. Why did the 43 come up into the 10 and like door check him there? That doesn't make too much sense. But just imagine if that 3 wide situation would have happened at Talladega, we'd be seeing the big one right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. As these drivers have definitely been a lot closer. Luckily, they did have enough space. And we are going to go check back up here with our leader. Still got a pretty commanding gap, but we do got a battle going on for this third place spot between Charles Robertson and Justin Johnson. Justin Johnson working that outside line, trying to get a better run out of 2 here, as we are possibly going to see him get all over the back bumper of the 20 heading into 3 and 4. Oh, looks like the 20 is going to dive it in really hard, get a pretty good run into the entry, but the 22 is going to have such a better drive off. That's going to allow for him to make up a little bit of momentum here, as this is the closest battle in the top 10 we do have at the moment, I believe. We are going to go back here and check on this 10th place spot, as we can see right behind him, the 44 and the 8 are battling it out pretty hard, but the 44 is going to get the edge out of 2. And we are crossing the line for lap 80 this time, so stage is closing before too much longer.
Good call. Yep, that's going to be stage right there, isn't it?
Should be, or next time they cross the line, one of the two, as we do have another battle for this 4th place spot between Kyle Benson and Justin Johnson. Justin Johnson working that inside line very well, but Kyle Benson is making that outside line work amazingly, as he's clear of the 22 at the moment, and caution is out for the stage. So I believe that is going to be Angel Hernandez winning stage 2, Josh Grosso in P2. Charles Robertson will be bringing it P3 for the stage. We're going to have Kyle Benson P4, Justin Johnson P5, Danny Solo P6, Will Austin P7, Thomas Flynn will be P8, and
Davey Hendricks.
I'm not sure if it's Davey or Dylan here, as they are checking up and moving positions here, but I believe it's Dylan for P9 and David Hendricks for P10.
All right, so we should have full service pit stops coming onto pit road here momentarily, and it was a very important playoff point for Angel Hernandez winning that stage. So
yeah, it does appear, you know, being up there in the front and the fresh air is definitely helping out. What do you say we pull Angel Hernandez in here for an interview?
yeah, we will right after he does his pit stop.
All right, sounds good. So, you know, I think that was a really solid green flag run there for the last 10 laps of the stage, and it looks like these drivers are starting to clean it up, so I'm very hopeful for stage 3.
Yeah, and I really hope too that we can have a little bit more green flag action, because I think that's exactly what everybody else is wanting to see as well. And historically speaking, the last stage is a lot more cleaner and greener. So let's just kind of keep our fingers crossed here as everybody is on pit road, getting looks like full service Goodyear tires and Sunoco Racing fuel. It looks like Justin Johnson will be your first one out. Looks like he's short pitted there because he got tires when we spoke to him last caution. So he kind of flipped the stage a little bit, just came down and got a top off of fuel, and he's back out there in P1 now. As we'll go ahead and pull in your stage winner, Angel Hernandez out of Mexico, living stateside in the Chicagoland region, I do believe, but you won stage 2, and an important playoff point carrying with you as you continue to battle everyone to defend your championship. You have three championship wins. Going to go for number 4. You know what you're doing, so winning a stage is key here. Is that correct?
Yeah, for sure. I think I needed about 10, maybe 11 points to advance to next week. But yeah, that extra stage one, definitely, the stage point helps.
Copy.
So,
Well,
what do you think
yeah,
you're
go
going to
ahead.
have to do on this restart here, as you are going to be starting, you know, behind Justin Johnson or on the outside of Justin Johnson here? You think you're going to be able to match his restart, or are you going to try to fall in behind him and wait a few laps?
I mean, just whatever happens, happens. I know he's on 2 tires, so he might slip up, he might not. And I'm fine with sitting behind for a little bit and saving a little bit of tire.
Fair enough. Well, again, congratulations on your stage win there, and keep up the good work. You were doing a very phenomenal job tonight.
right, thank you.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're going to help Josh as well, and Josh is probably going to help you. So I'm sure you guys are working together.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I will say, Justin Johnson sitting up there in that 22, all lonesome Ford. The second closest Ford to him is going to be in that 11th spot. So he's not really got a lot of manufacturer or team help at the moment.
No, pretty much just, yeah, the 23 and the 45, they're teammates. The 22 is kind of stuck out there without any help right now. So yeah, there's a lot of different kind of situations up here as far as lack of teammates and things. So
Yeah. But
it's going to be interesting here. And we're back green as the green car of Justin L. Johnson takes the point here.
Yeah, and the 23 is looking to the inside of the 45 of Angel Hernandez right now. Josh doing such a good job working his way back up through the field. As you know, he had a little bit of a different tire strategy early on in this race. And, Angel Hernandez is definitely not going to give it up without a fight, as he is able to get that run on the outside to get back into that P2 position. We do see a lot of movement here towards that 7th place spot, as they are 3 wide currently. Sorry about that. The 10th place spot, it was Cody Meadows, Dylan, and Davey. But they have got that settled out for the most part. And we're going to hop back on board with the 45 and 23 here to see just what kind of work they can do to get caught up to our leader.
Yeah, as the 43 car of Will Austin is trying to complete the pass on Thomas Flynn in the 47. He does get by here for P8.
Oh!
And it's tight here with the 10 and the 1.
I
The
thought we was about
43
to see
coming up
another
on
incident.
him. And we got a wreck in the back. Kyle Benson and as well as Chuck Cobb. I do believe Chuck Cobb is the 0-1 here, Rick Ware machine. His first race back in the league in several years as Chuck Cobb goes for a wild spin. Let's go back and take a look here and see what happened to the 0-1 machine.
Yeah, it looks like the 01 tried to come down to 35, tried to come up, and unfortunately 01 getting the, short end of the stick on that one, as he's going to see it spun out. But the 19 did a really good job to avoid hitting him there, and the 01's going to be able to get it back straight, and luckily no contact with any other drivers there. Hell of a job of these guys to kind of dodge that there, but it does look like we have some more stuff going on here.
Oh, what happened?
I'm getting a lot of people wrecking, but it could just be them stopping, so we're going to go check
Yeah,
it.
James Bowles and the 24. Yeah, I'm getting some reports as well. Oh, was that a wreck there?
Looks like everybody's
No.
just checking up for the pace car.
Yeah,
all.
that's what it was. Yeah.
I got a little worried that somebody might have arc braked and we'd have had a big one there, but no harm, no foul. Sometimes the pace
surprise me
car's
if
a
that
little.
happened.
Sometimes the
Yeah.
pace car's a little slow there, and the racing is starting to look a lot cleaner. We are still having some 3 or 4 wide moments at the moment, but they are doing a really good job. Kind of spacing it out there, especially that 10 car on the last restart. Checking up just enough to not cause an incident there right before the 01 did get unfortunately spun around.
Yeah, so we do have the driver of the 35 of Nicholas Johnson in the booth with us right now out of Germany. So you were involved in that last incident with the 0-1. What exactly happened there from your point of view?
I had a car to my inside and I got tight. And yeah, I kind of figured he'd be close to the wall because it was the exit of the corner, but it's my bad.
Copy that. So, how's the racing so far? Is it FC a lot of 3 and 4 wide, or have you been part of that action quite a bit tonight, or you just trying to stay under the radar?
I severely dislike this track. I don't have much pace, and I've had damage for most of the race, so no, I haven't been a part of anything.
Gotcha. So you're just trying to you're kind of a fish out of water right now.
Yep. Let's see
Gotcha.
if I can scam my way into a top 10 by the end of the race.
Copy that.
What the way things are looking, that is very well possible. As a lot of drivers are getting involved in some incidents and getting taken out of the race. So you know, you are sitting in that P17 spot. Something could potentially happen in front of you, and you can gain a lot of track position.
Indeed.
All right, Nick, go get him, and hopefully we'll talk to you later on.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, he goes back down to JGR. Yeah.
And now, you know, we're back on the live side of things. Cody, or Justin Johnson, did a really good job on them 2 tires to keep the lead here, as Angel Hernandez, you know, was working with the 23 to try to catch up with them, but just the clean air is just so important here, as we've seen all night.
For sure.
But Justin Johnson going to opt to restart on the outside this time, and the lights are off on the pace car. It's going to give Angel Hernandez the inside, along with the teammate of 23 of Josh Grosso at the moment. So be looking for them to potentially get a really good restart here and try to get around Justin Johnson.
As it looks like Michael Hafladason puts it on the hauler, heads back to headquarters in his Colleague Racing 16 machine. He's calling it a night. Christopher Walker in the 11 did the same thing. So Thaddeus Friel Jr. in the 6, Blake Hewlett in the 7, Devin Trusty in the 87, Parker Standrett in the 41 all have put it on the hauler. Called it a night here at Kentucky as well. We do have a total of 23 cars on the lead lap still.
Yep.
And
We
John
are going
Hopley
back
being
green.
the first car more than 1 lap down. And we're back green.
And you know, that inside line actually getting a pretty good restart there. Angel Hernandez still completely on the inside of 22. 22 no help. 23, you know, going to arc it in, get a pretty good run coming out of the corner to potentially help the 45 get by. But it looks like 45's going to be able to self-clear here and take over the lead of the race. Angel Hernandez to the point. Justin Johnson in second. And Josh, you know, coming very quickly to potentially take over that second spot.
Yeah, and we're 2 wide here, pretty deep in the field. Everybody just kind of giving each other some space back here behind Iskandar. Everybody just trying to stay clean. As here we just got done completing lap 90. And we have about 44 more laps to go here at Kentucky. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the race. Hit that like and subscribe button. It does help the channel promote the league. And we appreciate you guys watching tonight. And sorry for any of the overlay issues. We are having a lot of technical difficulties throughout this programming. And you know, hopefully we'll get everything all fixed up after Thanksgiving. And we'll be rocking and rolling and heading to Atlanta. And hopefully everybody will have a nice turkey day with family and friends.
Oh, yeah, hopefully. But I am on board with the 21 who had some slight issues earlier whenever he fell back to that 17 spot. He's already worked his way back up to this P7 as he just made a pass of, you know, by Michael Iskander. And a little bit of contact there. You know, there might be a few words exchanged, but nothing too major as he is working his way back up through this field. But, you know, Angel Hernandez to the point and pulling away from our second place of Justin Johnson. That clean air and making such a huge difference. And what a way, you know, what a way it would be to go into the next round with an extra win here in the pocket of Adrian Hernandez if he is able to complete that.
Oh, I agree. And, you know, he knows how to win championships. He's won 3 of them already in this league. So, you know, he knows what he's doing. He knows, you know, he knows how to focus on the big picture and knows how to capitalize when he is able to. So, you know, I look for that 45 car to be strong.
Big contact for the 23 on the inside wall. Kyle Benson got a really good run coming down the front stretch, and unfortunately on the exit of 2 got into the 23, and that might be the end of the 23's day, as he did make
So the
hard contact.
33 got tight and is apologizing on the radio right now about it. He feels really terrible. And I believe it. Kyle Benson actually works on a ARCA race team, Bill Venturini Motorsports, and takes racing very seriously, and that was not intentional. But unfortunately for the 23, got yeeted to the inside retaining wall, and I'm not sure what kind of damage he has on that car, but
Yeah, as I am going to rewind this a good ways back here, we're going to be on board with the 23. But watch the run the 33 does get off of the exit of 4 here. as the 23 is battling with the 22, and he's able to get to the inside of the 23 coming into 1 and 2, you know, and just builds super tired as you see him go below the yellow to try to get on the inside of him here. And they're perfectly fine until the 22 comes down and gives the 33 a little bit of dirty air, and it just makes the 33 super tight, and he's unfortunately gets into the 23.
They actually didn't make contact. That was net code.
Oh,
Especially, yeah, I'm watching the blimp right now, and where the whole like overreaction of sending the 23 into the fence part, especially, that was all net code. They actually never touched.
let me see if I can get a little bit of a better view here for the people at home.
Yeah, the blimp cam will definitely tell the real story.
go.
So I don't think that was a Kyle Benson or John. It was just a unfortunate situation with called iRacing Gremlins.
Yeah, he did not make contact with him there whatsoever. There
No.
was still a decent gap between the two. You could, you know, fit at least a
Yeah.
bicycle between them, I would say.
Yeah, no contact was made between the 23 and the 33. It was a net code issue from the blimp cam, and we got it on broadcast. So
So unfortunate, you know, for Mr. Josh Grosso there, as he had a very fast race car all night, and I mean just you know, some issues with iRacing. It does happen week to week, and there's really
Yeah.
nothing we could do about it sometimes. And just wrong place,
Yeah,
wrong
and-
time.
unfortunately, yeah, and you know it's a tough break for the 23. He's being a good sport about it though. He understands these things happen, but boy did he ever have a strong car early in this race and helping his teammates stay out there and lead some laps, get a stage win, and hopefully that'll be enough though to carry the weight into the deep rounds of the playoffs here, and hopefully we can focus on the holiday coming up, everybody with a much deserved break coming up, and
Yeah, it is very true. You know, it's Thanksgiving, time to be thankful, and just some of these drivers can be thankful for a break. Some of these drivers might not, and I'm always thankful for a little bit of a break, as it gives me time, you know, a week off, and I can kind of get back into that mindset of, you know, things are going to happen and not be as aggressive, you know, on the week that we return. And then you're also going to be coming around the Christmas time. It's just you know, a very good time for people to see their family, as a lot of people don't have time to do that throughout the entire year, and it does allow for you to, you know, get in a clear head space and relax a little bit.
copy that.
Looks like the 45 of Angel Hernandez, the 22 of Justin Johnson, and a couple other people opting to go down, take some tires, and get, you know, top up on fuel. So that is going to give the lead to the 33 of Kyle Benson, with Danny Solo in that 10 car on his outside, as we are coming, you know, to the restart zone this time. The pace lights are off on the pace car, and we should be going back green. Overall, I will say the racing has cleaned up quite a bit. We are still having a few cautions, you know, but it doesn't seem like it's a lot of over-aggressive driving. It's just unfortunate luck for a couple of these drivers the past couple of cautions. And the 33 leading us back to the green this time in the restart zone, getting a wonderful jump. But the 10 doing pretty decent itself on the outside line, but 43 is going to be looking to the inside going into 1 and 2, and possibly looking to take over that second spot. You know, Will Austin doing a pretty good job tonight, up about 10 spots, but Kyle Benson up 30 in that, you know, pole, sitting in that P1 spot at the moment. Danny Solo getting such a really good run off of turn 2, going into 3 and 4, all over the back bumper to 33 of Kyle Benson. And they are 2 wide for this third place spot, as the 62 is going to be able to complete a pass on the 43. 24 looking to get by the 43 as well, and we are going to go back to our battle for the lead here, as Danny Solo doing such a wonderful job running that outside line. He's really ripping the wall at the moment, running that Kyle Larson line, as I love to call it. And it's getting such a really good job, you know, doing a really good job getting a run off and getting momentum going into the next corner, as you see him side by side with the 33 and 3 and 4 this time. We do have a little bit of a battle for that fourth place spot, as well as the 24 came up the track and almost collected the 43. Looked like he got a little tight there, but we are going to stay on the live coverage of the battle for the lead, as the 10 dives it down to the inside of 33 this time, looking at a different line, but 33 getting a lot better rotation through the center of the corner and potentially getting a better drive off here. We are going to head back through the field a little bit and check on everybody. It looks like the 22 is making a pass on the 44. That's going to be Justin Johnson trying to pass Fabricio in that 44 machine. Unable to do so, as the 44 did get a lot better run off and had a little bit better rotation through 3 and 4 that time. We're going to keep going back through here. We're looking currently at P12 as there is a battle between the 8 and the 1. 21, ooh, getting into the left rear of the 1 just a little bit. 1 able to keep it straight. No harm, no fouls. The 21 and the 77 are door banging coming down the backstretch this time.
Yeah, and update on the 23 of Josh Grasso. He has officially put it on the hauler, retired, and heading back to 2311 headquarters.
All right, as they are battling hard for about this 12th place spot, you see the 21 working the inside of the 1. Now, they were 3 wide moments ago. 21 trying to make a lot of headway, but that 1 is fighting back very hard on that outside. It looks like the 8 is having a little bit of issues in this 15th spot as he has dropped back about 4 or 5 positions since this restart.
Kyle Benson now out to a 2-second lead on Danny Solo. That 33 car doing pretty good out there, as we do have a 3-wide battle. The 22 and the 19 and the 51 and the 20. Throw a blanket over those guys as they're starting to get kind of racy here mid-pack.
Yeah, trying to get these positions as we are coming to about 30 laps to go. You know, it is getting crunch time for a lot of these drivers, as what they are making some bold moves at the moment, but they are keeping it relatively clean and straight. As you do see the 20 getting a pretty good run to get around that 51 of Dylan Linsdale, who did not get a great corner and is going to get passed by the 21 of Cody Meadows as well. We're going to go back on board with our leaders here to check up on them, and the gap is starting to get a little larger as it has opened up to about a 0.25 of a second gap, and the 10 trying to run different lines to get a little bit of clean air to gain some time on Kyle Benson. We're going to hop back in this 3rd spot of James Bowles and Davey Hendricks, as these two, you know, not necessarily battling hard, but kind of just lying in wake and saving tires, it seems like, to potentially make a run here on the closing laps. Will Austin sitting respectably in P5. Angel Hernandez has gained a few more spots since that last caution up into P6. Justin Johnson right behind Angel Hernandez in the P7. They are working their way up through the field at the moment.
Yeah, and I mean, Kyle Benson is our biggest mover of the race so far, hanging out in P1, started back in P30. Danny Solo up 27 spots, and Davey Hendricks up 28 spots, and they all happen to be inside the top 5. So,
yeah, it is an
pretty good
amazing
night
thing.
for all those guys, yeah.
It's an amazing thing to watch. Some of these drivers will purposely start in the back to avoid a little bit of the carnage early, and they're always up front towards the end of the race. Like Danny Solo is a good one to point out. Kyle Benson, the few times I have seen him, you know, normally if they're able to avoid some of the wrecks, they're towards the front towards the end of this race. Whereas the other end of the spectrum, you know, you got Angel Hernandez, who always tries to qualify near the front, and it always stays near the front throughout most of these races.
Yeah, and it's usually the guys too that have been in the league a long time. They know how to save tires, and you know, they're easy on their equipment. They don't try to make passes too aggressively too early, and just focus on the big picture. As the 51 and the 47 make contact, we stay green here. We keep it straight, but a little bit of door-to-door action there. 51 and the 47 coming together, as the 51 now loses a couple of spots due to that incident.
Yeah, we are going to keep making our way back through the field here. We got Chris Bishop sitting in that 14th spot. Michael Oskander sitting in 15th. Chuck Cobb in 16th. Christian Delgado, you know, back in that 17th spot. Not having the best day for himself at the moment, as he has been involved in quite a bit of incidents today. We got Scott Trusty still on the track after a major incident early in this race. Looks like he was able to get most of the damage repaired. And Nicholas Johnson in P19 right now. We did have a little conversation with him earlier. He said he wasn't the fastest at this track, but he was going to try to get, you know, at least the top 10 finish, and still has potential to do so, as you see him making a pass on his 8 car of Scott Trusty at the moment.
as Angel Hernandez is trying to inch his way back up toward the front as he's closing in on the 43 car of Will Austin. Angel Hernandez sitting in P6 at the moment, but we know he's not going to settle for P6. He's going to definitely try to claw and battle his way up toward that front. He wants that win. He wants those 5 extra bonus points, in his back pocket, heading into Atlanta, and winning in the playoffs is huge. It's a bold statement, and being a 3-time champion already, he knows how to get it done out here, and that'll be just pretty much put a punctuation on where he's at in this situation here in the playoffs called Season 10 of ISNF Cup Series Racing.
Yeah, I will say the JGR camp just doing such a wonderful job working their way through the field today. Everyone that's been in the lead has been able to get to a decent gap on everybody, having the clean air, but just the Toyotas have been working their way through the field very easily. And I mean, I can't discount, Justin Johnson and that Ford doing such a wonderful job working his way through the field as well. Maintaining decent speed with the dirty air ahead of them, doing such a wonderful job.
Yeah, right now we do have 4 Chevrolets leading this race, and then a couple of Toyotas, a Ford, another couple of Toyotas and a Ford, and then we have 4 Chevrolets all running together. So yeah, I mean, it does seem like the camps are running a little closer together, helping each other out in this race. Hopefully, we can see more of that as we head into a drafting style track at Atlanta after Thanksgiving, because that's where you need friends. That's where you need teammates for pushes and drafts and staying out of trouble. And, so hopefully that will be,
Yeah, and speaking of staying out of trouble, I'm going to rewind this real quick, and we're going to watch the 24. That was an interesting move there. I'm not quite sure what happened, but I caught the tail end of that. It looks like he's running really high up close to the wall and just cuts right in between that 43 and 62 and barely has enough room to get down there, as I thought that was for sure going to be an incident. As you see,
yeah, probably not the most smartest decision there on the 24's part, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a very bold move, but it did work, as that allows him to get, in front of the 43 at the moment of Will Austin. But the 43 is fighting back hard on that outside. And it's like, nah, I think I'm going to take my spot back. As you see him clear the 24 coming up to 2 this time.
So I think tires are starting to become an issue. I'm starting to see a lot of cars running tight and getting into the wall. Justin Barkley just clipped the outside retaining wall a little bit there. You can tell his car is definitely plowing as the laps wind down here at Kentucky. So these guys last pitted lap round 81, Barkley lap 94. So some guys have better tires than others, but this top 5 all last pitted on lap 81. So they're going to probably be coming down a little sooner, and we do have a taker. That is Charles Danny Solo in the 10 machine has hit pit road. He'll be the first one to get service here on this green flag run. And so pit stops are on their way. We'll keep an eye on it here. We'll let you know, the viewers there, who your favorite driver is as far as coming in. So right now the 10 car again is pitting. And I believe that more of the top 4 drivers, Will Austin, Davey Hendricks, Kyle Benson, maybe James Bowles as well, I think will be coming in next. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it looks like the only other taker to pits has been John Hopley so far, as I'm looking at it at the moment. A lot of these people did pit, during that last caution, so they might be able to go a few more laps here.
They might be able to make it, but no, they're not going to be able to make it 50.
Yeah, it looks like Fabricio coming down in that 44 machine. Go ahead and get 4 fresh good years and top off on fuel as well.
Yeah, they're going to have to pit. There's either a caution or pit. So. As the 22 is taking a look here to the inside of the 24. The 21 is there as well.
Yeah,
21
22
is a
just
playoff driver.
looks like 22 did a really good job of saving tires as he is working his way up through this field and starting to catch up to like Angel Hernandez at the moment. And the 24 seems to be struggling a little bit as Cody Meadows, who is also just working his way through the field all already up to P6, was P9 last time I checked on him. Just able to drive right by that 24 as the 24 seems to be struggling with tires at the moment.
Yeah, the 24 is definitely heading backwards. If I was him, I'd probably be pitting here before too long here, as we only have about 14 more laps to go. But if you're going to be losing that kind of time, you know, you have to start wondering when's the time to come in.
And you're kind of getting in that point of no man's land, you know, where if you wait too much longer to go in, you're not going to have enough time to gain ground, as we only have 14 to go this time by. So these drivers are really going to have to start bringing it down pits very soon, as we see Scott Trusty going into the pits as well.
Yep. Yeah, Scott Trusty in the 8 machine brings it down on the pit road for service. And I expect a few more to come down as well. Question is, though, I mean, these guys that last pitted on lap 81, I just don't know if they can make it 53 laps on fuel. At a 60% fuel load, I don't think that that's quite possible. But some of these guys that have fancy sim rigs that I don't have, where they can dump the clutch, you know, every corner and save fuel and all that stuff, then I would assume that those guys are able to do pretty good job saving fuel. Unfortunately, I don't have that fancy of a setup, so.
Yeah, I mean, there is a little bit of an art to it, you know. You got to be able to maintain the speed while saving as well. If not, it's kind of just counterproductive. As you know, you're going to lose a lot of time, and these people are going to come out on fresher tires and gain it all back within a matter of laps.
The 24 car is signaling to pit this time by. James Bowles will enter pit road here in his 24 machine.
Yeah, not necessarily a bad move, as he does seem to have, you know, some issues with his tires here. This is going to allow for him to potentially, you know, get a little bit of a gain on these other drivers if they do have to come down to pits. But Kyle Benson with a commanding lead over a second on everyone else.
Kyle Benson, Davey Hendricks both are signaling to pit, and Will Austin as well.
The top 3 coming in this time, that is going to leave Angel Hernandez to the point if they do come in. So we see Angel Hernandez going by all 3 of these drivers. Does he have enough to make it to the end? As you're going to see Justin Johnson taking over that P2 and Cody Meadows taking over P3. And we are 10 to go, coming to 9 to go this time. So these drivers do not have a lot more time to wait to come down pits.
Yeah, and we have Angel Hernandez has taken back the lead. Justin Johnson now sits in 2nd, and Cody Meadows P3, Barkley 4th, Roberson 5th. So out of those drivers, I think they're going to be okay on fuel. Chris Van Maastricht has actually made his way all the way up to P11 by trying to save fuel. It's going to be awfully tight, I think, these guys. And if there is a caution late, boy, that's going to throw. And we have a caution.
Oh, speaking of cautions.
Speaking of caution.
Looks like Chuck Cobb had a little bit of issues in that 01 car. I'm not quite
I don't
sure.
know what it was caused from, though.
All right, looks like he's coming out of the pits.
Chuck Cobb in the 01.
Just lost it coming out of pits and unfortunately slid right up into the track, so they had to throw the caution for that. Just unfortunate luck for these drivers who potentially would have been able to make it there. So if you're on, you know, you're up here in the front of the pack, what do? Do you come in or do you stay out and trap these other drivers a lap down?
Yep, the 01, spent.
Unfortunate luck there for the other one. I hate to laugh
Yeah.
at it, but I mean that everyone's made that mistake. It does happen.
Yeah. Kyle Benson screaming that it would have been nice to have a caution 5 laps earlier, but
It's gonna sound rude to me, but if I'm on the lead lap here, I'm probably gonna stay out, just out of to keep some of these other cars, trapped the lap down.
you're going to be that guy.
Yeah, I would be that guy 100%. Every point matters. And if I'm in the playoffs and I got a chance to make sure I'm going to be, up in the top 10 here, as, basically 11th forward is the only cars on the lead lap at the moment. So 12th back will be a lap down. I mean, that makes my odds a lot better.
So we have the 21 machine of Cody Meadows driving for the Wood Brothers in the booth with us right now, running P3. So you're going to come down on pit road and get fresh tires and fuel?
I'm gonna get tires.
Yeah.
I don't know how many.
Maybe just one?
I mean, maybe. I mean, the right rear is just a little bit more worn than the rest, but other than that.
All right, man. Yeah, so what do you think you got for him here on this last run?
I'm gonna give it hell and pray for the best. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna quote one of the previous NASCAR drivers. I'm gonna put my foot to the floor and pray to God. Either I'm gonna see the checkered flag or God.
Yeah, I'm not living till I see God or the checkered flag. I got you.
All right, man. Well, try to get it in victory lane and don't wreck it.
Again, I'm not lifting until I see God or the checkered flag, so we'll figure it out.
All right, man. We'll talk to you at the end of the race, hopefully.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of interesting strategies here. Angel Hernandez staying out, Justin Barkley staying out, and Thomas Flynn staying out. And then we're going to have Justin Johnson, Cody Meadows on potentially 2 tires here, maybe even Christian Delgado. So it's going to be the 2 Toyotas, 1 Chevy, and 3 Fords in your top 6 here, fighting for a chance to get a victory. But it's just an interesting strategy to not go in and at least take right sides by these top 3 drivers.
Yeah. It's all these different strategies. It makes me kind of wonder. I mean, Barkley. So yeah, these top 3 cars are on much older tires
Yeah,
than
right at 50
P4
laps.
back. Yeah. They're sitting ducks. I hate to say it, but
I think their strategy is going to be, pray for a caution to possibly get a green, white, checkered here and maintain position. But if this goes green for, the last 5 laps here, as we are, the pace lights are off on the pace car. We're coming to 5, it would be 4 to go when we cross the line. I don't think they're going to be able to maintain the lead here. I really don't.
I don't think so either. So that's gonna put it in the basket of who's gonna win from P4 back. Is it gonna be Justin L. Johnson, Cody Meadows, Christian Delgado, all 3 Penske drivers there, able to help each other out. They're right there. You've got Thomas Flynn in the 47 looking for his first ISNF career win. He has no teammates around him to help him though. I mean, you can go as far back as Charles Roberson and Nicholas Johnson, a couple of Yodas there that can work together. So right now it's a crapshoot, but I'm going to call it right now. I think it's going to be Justin L. Johnson in the 22 machine winning Kentucky. Let's wait and see.
Yes, the 45 is going to be bringing us back to green. The pace car is pulled off, and interesting strategies here, but we are in the restart zone. 45 is going to be gunning it and getting out to a good lead. The inside line is getting much better than the restart. Oh, 22 tries to drop down, almost spins itself off the nose of the, I'm not quite sure who that was. I believe that would have been the 20 of Charles Robertson. And I'm seeing a lot of movement out of these, top 4 drivers as the second place restarter, Justin
and the
Barkley,
10
is
of Danny
falling back.
Solo and the 62. They make contact here. The 10 of Danny Solo gets into the 62 of Davey Hendricks.
Yeah, we're back on board with that. Let's slow it down and see what happened here. As it looks like the 10 and the 62 are side by side. There was a checkup on the outside. 10 I think that was a little bit of netcode. I'm gonna be honest with you. I gotta get a little bit of a better view here because it kind of looks like the 10 just randomly starts sliding and they're going straight. So let me get a better view here and check and see what happens before I say too much. All right, we're looking at the 62 and the 10 here as they're coming out of turn 2. Looks like, yeah, a little bit of netcode. Unfortunately, you know, for the 10 there, the 62 was nowhere near him, but just completely got spun randomly. And we do see the 10 blinking there, so that just confirms my suspicions even more.
Yeah. So it's a blink out and a net code.
And you know who else going to help? Angel Hernandez,
The
who
last
is going.
caution was a blink out and net code.
That's going to help Angel Hernandez, who opted to stay out on older tires here and is only going to have to try to survive for a green, white, checkered. He's going to have, you know, the jump. Going to be able to get the jump out here, starting in that first spot as we do come back green. So, does that change your pick as to who's going to win here? Cody Meadows up in that third spot as well on the freshest set of tires.
I mean, probably the 21 of Cody Meadows might have a better shot now.
Yeah, I'm going to say Angel Hernandez is going to be able to keep the lead as...
You really think so on old tires?
Did you see how good of a restart Angel Hernandez did get that last restart?
I mean, he is talented.
I mean, it's really going to come down to if Cody Meadows can match the restart of Angel Hernandez. If I'm Angel Hernandez, I'm going to opt to start on the outside. That way, the 47 might not get as good of a jump and be able to hold Cody Meadows back on that inside line. I think that would be my game plan. But if it comes down to, you know, Angel Hernandez starting on the inside and Cody Meadows does get a good jump to match Angel Hernandez, I think Cody Meadows might be able to get around here for the lead.
Okay, so what about an outlier here? The 12 machine of Christian Delgado. We haven't talked about him all night, trying to not talk about him because we don't want to curse him. So out of the camp, who has the best shot to get a Penske car in victory lane? Is it Meadows? Is it you? Is it Justin? What are we working on here?
I'd probably say Cody or Justin. I still got a little bit of damage from getting wrecked by the 42 earlier this race, but we've been limping it around and getting the damage fixed slowly. We're on better tires than these guys in front of us, so hopefully we can just work together as a team and get one of these two out there. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're still going to salvage a good finish, you know, from what we thought was a doomsday day for you, but good comeback on that, and we'll let you focus on taking the green flag here, and hopefully you can get that thing a top 5 anyway.
Yep, thanks for you.
Yeah.
So I just want to point out, Angel Hernandez did exactly what I said he should do there and opted to start on the outside, which is going to allow his teammate to be behind him and put Cody Meadows behind Thomas Flynn, who is going to have to pray he could get a really good restart here. If not, I got a feeling Cody Meadows might be trying to run him over as we are on a green, white, checkered. But we can't count the 47 out either.
Yeah, we'll have a nasty beast and a non-vegan car up front. It's just, I'm just looking, it's just the way everything's kind of all colliding here. It's just, it's kind of an ugly situation. I'm not saying that these are the prettiest paint jobs either, but
hey, them Monster Beast, you know, drinks are not too bad, not too shabby, to be honest. I do like to drink those on occasion.
Really?
Yeah, as we are going to see the pace car pulling down into the pit road this time, and the 45 is going to be leading us back to green for our first green, white, checkered here. And we are getting into the restart zone. 45 with a wonderful jump on the outside. 47 getting a pretty respectable jump on the inside as well. But the 21 is going to be blocked by the 47 and the 19 at the moment, so that's going to allow for the 45 to pull away. As you see the 19 getting spun around.
The 19 gets yeeted.
21 getting into the
21.
wall.
21. We stay green.
Oh boy, it's going to come down to Angel Hernandez and Thomas Flynn. Is Thomas Flynn going to be able to reel in Angel Hernandez as they're going through 3 and 4 this time? You know, there's still time for a caution, as you know, we have not crossed the line for one to go yet. Justin Johnson making a pass for the third place spot, but we're going to keep all eyes on Angel Hernandez at the moment. We are on the white flag. Angel Hernandez just has to cruise to bring it home as we are going through 1 and 2 this time. Coming down the back stretch. Thomas Flynn trying everything to gain just a little bit of time here to possibly make a move in 3 and 4. Angel Hernandez is going to bring it through 3 and 4 for the final time. Pending that nothing happens to the 45, I believe this is the 45's race. As you see the 47 getting into the wall, coming on the exit, and Angel Hernandez is going to bring it home for a victory here. Thomas Flynn P2 and Justin Johnson bringing it home P3. As we see a lot of cars wrecking after they cross the line.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of spins after the line there. 21, 62, 12. Yeah.
And I'm going to rewind it a little bit before we do anything else here and just go take a moment and look and see what happened on that restart there. Okay, so looked like Christian Delgado got a little tight in the center of the corner. Allowed Justin to get around for that third place, and just unfortunate luck, you know, for a couple of these Ford Camp drivers is they just got, you know, the strategy just did not pay off for them, as we did have multiple cautions there at the end. But our winner, Angel Hernandez, you know, definitely excited about getting them extra stage points going into the next round here.
Oh, yeah.
So, you want to go over our race results right quick?
Yeah. While everybody gets queued up there, in the winner circle, we'll do interviews here in just a moment. We'll talk to our top 3 finishers. Angel Hernandez gets what I believe is only second win of the season, but an important win nonetheless here for him, coming off of a stage win as well. So good job for Angel on points tonight. Thomas Flynn, his career best finish, gets P2. Justin L. Johnson with a nice podium third place finish. Christian Delgado, also out of the Penske camp. He needed a really good points day, and it looks like he got it here with a P4 finish. Nicholas Johnson in the 35 machine brings it home 5th. Mike Iskandar with an excellent run, coming home 6th, which is very unusual for him at this type of track. So good run for Mike. Charles Roberson 7th. Chris Van Maastricht with a top 10. He brings it home P8, another good finish for the 38 car. He needs points as well. Will Austin in the 43 comes home 9th. Cody Meadows, top 10 finish for him, another playoff driver. Justin Barkley 11th. Chris Bishop 12th. Dylan Lansdale 13th. Scott Trusty 14th. And Davey Hendricks 15th. That rounds out your top 15. Fabricio Lamana 16th. Kyle Benson 17th. He had a shot to win late in the race, but unfortunately the cautions did not fall his way. James Bowles, same thing. He just did not catch the cautions the right way. He comes home 18th. Danny Solo 19th. Gabe Ledger out of Holton, Maine, comes home 20th. Craig Rottenslugger 21st. John Hopley from Canada, he comes home 22nd. Chuck Cobb finishes where he started, P23. Jeff Weimer 24th. Josh Grasso had the fastest car the first half of the race, and unfortunately that didn't finish where he should have. Comes home 25th. Mike Haflidason went home early. He's in 26th. Christopher Walker 27th. Thaddeus Friel Jr. Is 28th. Blake Hewlett subbing for Eric Jorgensen tonight. He's 29th. Devin Justy 30th, or Devin Trusty rather, P30. Parker Standard from Canada, 31st. David Anderson, 32nd. Joey Maines had to leave early. Another playoff driver with not a very good points night, P33. Brian Treadwell, 34th. Martin Roberg, 35th. Shane Griffin, 36th. Bob Wyckoff, 37th. Eugene Thorne got wrecked out early, unfortunately for him, P38. Steven Sear, 39th. And Craig Hawkins 40th never started the race. So, yeah, I mean, I think that was a pretty interesting finish. It was pretty exciting, and uh, we'll catch up with the winners here. And if you want to take, let's see here, let's see
One
what we
moment.
got here. So P3 would end up being Justin L. Johnson.
Hey.
Driver of a very, very quality number 22 Hunt Brothers Pizza Ford from Penske Team Racing. P3 finish. I believe that he tied a all-time best in the league for a finish. I think you have another podium earlier this season, if I'm not mistaken. But
Yeah, that would
good.
be I didn't mean to cut you off, but no, that's actually the 7th podium if you include Phoenix. I have this season. That's a 6 thirds, and 1 second place finish.
Oh shoot, you're keeping track way more than I am. Nice job.
But
So
yeah, no, I mean,
yeah, so good run late, and so your strategy, it was a little bit different than everyone else. And I believe Buddy Baker always said in the booth, if you are following other drivers, then you're just following other drivers. You have to change your strategy, so you can try to position yourself a little bit different. It looks like that kind of worked out for you tonight.
and yeah, it definitely did. I was always going to do what Angel didn't do on the last cycle that I pit on, and then obviously worked out finishing 3rd. But I just wish we could have been a little faster. Felt like I had something for him and the 47, but I won't be mad about a 3rd place finish.
10-4. So how was it like in the booth tonight as far as like working together? I noticed they were late in the race. You guys were all, running nose to tail there toward the end. Unfortunately, Mark Gonzalez wasn't able to be with us tonight. He's traveling for work. But I mean, for what you guys were doing tonight, it looked like it was fairly successful.
Yeah, and it definitely was. I mean, Christian, we wish he had like a minute left of damage in the last run there, so we wish he could have been up to speed. And if Cody didn't get wrecked out, we definitely would have had something. But that was always the plan. The plan was like if we all just pit here, take 2 tires, and we do our own thing, the field's gonna do the other thing. So we didn't know if everyone's gonna take 4 or stay out, but it worked out for me and Christian. Wish Cody could have got the benefits of that as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, he got a P10 out of the deal, but still decent points night for him. And so enjoy your Thanksgiving. Before we let you go, is there any shout outs you want to give? And then we'll take a nice little snooze here over the holiday, and we'll be back in action at a drafting track. So any shout outs you want to give before that? And what are your thoughts on Atlanta?
I mean, as always, I'm gonna shout out my teammates. I mean, racing with them, they're always giving me good advice. I'm always giving them good advice, and it's just a good environment to be in during the race. So shout out to Cody, Mark. He's not here, but shouting him out too, and I'm gonna of course shout out Christian as well.
Copy that. All right, my friend, enjoy your feast with family and friends, hopefully, and we'll see you back in action at Atlanta.
Absolutely, thank you.
All right. All right, if you want to take the next one here, driver of the number 47 for Hayek Motorsports, Thomas Flynn.
How's it going, Thomas?
Doing well. How are y'all?
Doing pretty good. Congratulations on the P2 finish. And first thing I like to ask everybody is what would you have done differently there in the closing laps?
I don't know. I don't think there's really anything much different I could do. I knew I had to keep those guys on fresh tires behind me, and worked out well because they kind of took themselves out. But just wish I had more for the 45 there at the end.
Well, again, good job. I mean, I'm very surprised y'all stayed out and didn't take tires there when we had about 6 to go, but your plan definitely worked out. Would you have went in and took tires if you had the chance to go back to do so?
I think I would have, but I was kind of banking on coming out of that last caution, or the second to last, that there would be another wreck and put us in that green-white checkered, and got lucky there. So it kind of worked in my favor, just holding people off for 2 laps. But like I said earlier, just wish I had more for Angel, but he was quicker than I was.
Fair enough. And give us a little rundown on how your race went throughout the entire days. We did see a lot of action and quite a bit of cautions early, in the race. And what was going through your head during that?
Yeah, I was just trying to keep it clean. I think during stage 2 I had a little bit of nose damage, so I fell off pretty back there towards the end, but got it fixed to stage 3 and ended up working my strategy well and ended up in second place. So
Fair enough. Rhea, do you got any questions for him?
No, other than, congratulations on your best career finish in the league. And I'm sure that's going to get noticed going into next season and securing a ride, hopefully with a bigger, better team, obviously, and hopefully better equipment and everything. And we'll just have to, hold our breath and hopefully it'll all work out for you in the end. We don't want to, um, release any spoilers here. We got to wait for the silly season news feed, to do its thing and kind of keep the intensity, at rest here for a minute. But and nonetheless, very good run, clean race for you, Thomas. And we wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully, it'll be a good one with family and friends. And we look forward to seeing you at Atlanta after the break.
appreciate it. Happy holidays to y'all as well. We'll see y'all in Atlanta.
Yep. All right. So we got that one in the books. And now we talk to our winner, Mr. Angel Hernandez. Second win of the season, I do believe. Is that correct?
Not sure, honestly.
You got so many wins, you just stop counting. I mean, heck. I mean, yeah. So, I guess the biggest question, and I'm sure I'm speaking for Dakota here as well. How on earth were you able to hold off the 47? And we know why you were able to hold off the rest of the pack, because they were stacking up and wrecking each other in the back. But how were you able to hold off the 47 on bald tires?
Majority of it was that restart. I think just getting that good car length or two, whatever it was ahead of the 47 was definitely a big point. And then after that, I think it was just really dirty air. I knew staying out that I'd say I would have the tire disadvantage, I guess. But yeah, the dirty air is just very powerful. So I knew that I had a chance if I could just keep the lead out of the restart.
Nice job. So, yeah, especially without Josh being in the picture to kind of play defense for you and, give that buffer and everything else, you had to do it all on your own there toward the end. So, you earned this one, my friend, and you just you were able to get it done clean and hold everybody off. Kind of a Chase Briscoe-esque type of move there, as far as keeping your not so great equipment in check there to pull off the dub anyway. So congratulations on the stage win tonight and the win itself. I'm sure you got some shout outs you want to give, and then we'll head into Thanksgiving break. Hopefully that'll be a good holiday for you as well. And then we'll re-rack them and stack them for Atlanta. I'm sure that's kind of a crapshoot race, and we'll have to just kind of see who survives that one. And then silly season will continue, and we're just kind of waiting for everybody to confirm their rides for next season. I'm sure you guys are still conversing about that, and it will let me know hopefully in the next week or two what's going on over there. But I'll let you get the shout outs out of the way, and we'll call it a night.
Yeah, just everyone at JGR 23XI. I think we did pretty decent today. I know Barkley was up there for that last restart before I don't know what happened, but yeah, just go all around.
Copy that. A man of very few words, Dakota. I mean, he and I think he gives a very Chase Elliott type of interview. Just kind of that monotone.
Hey.
Do you ever get excited, Angel?
When you win the race,
Sometimes.
you can interview however you want to. Some
I
people
know.
don't know what to
Oh,
do with
no,
their
I-
hands, like Ricky Bobby, and some people just come in here like, you know what? I'm used to winning all the time. I don't need to be excited.
I'm picking on him. I'm picking on him while I can, because I don't get to talk to him like this too much. So I'm just giving him a hard time. But Angel, good win, man, and we'll see you here after the break.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
But
All right. So
before we end
good
it off,
race. Yeah.
before we end it off, I mean, You got any closing thoughts you want to give everybody?
No, not too much. Other than we apologize for not having the HUD up there, with all the pretty graphics that I worked extremely hard on, by the way, and
Sorry.
and unfortunately, um, that situation. But other than that, I think we're ready to put a big happy red bow on this night and call it good. And
Yeah. But I
that's
will
really about
say,
it.
it started off a little rough. The racing did get better as the race went on. And if you enjoyed this, you could potentially get in here. It's ISNF. I'm pretty sure there's a link under the channel here if you're interested. They're always, potentially looking for more drivers, even sub drivers. You can fill in every now and again. And this race was brought to you by the iCasting Network. But we hope everyone has a good holiday. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your loved ones and enjoy your time off here. And we'll see y'all in the next one. Happy time zones.